finally, England. All right. These have literally been sitting in Chicago since May 19th. Vendors shipped them immediately, and they were in the United States within 24 hours. And presumption was that they'd been seized. It's just been sitting there. So talk about coronavirus screwing everything up.
Ash, can you see this?
Well, these were sent, what was it? Royal Mail First Class. They should have been here in 5 days. And for whatever reason, they ended up in Chicago. I'm just so grateful that it's over with. Watching them sit there. And if it was open and inspected, there's no indication of it. I've been buying and selling online long enough to know. Let's stop prattling about. Many thanks for the care with which these were shipped.
Ash, can you see this?
Yes, I can. I've never seen anything like it.
Purchase was made on May 17th. They were sent the next day. Today is June 24th. And we have here a group of Swoppet style spacemen of varying makes. I can already tell. There was all right, here we go. So what do we got? 6 Swoppet style spacemen. That's a Marx. No marking on it that I can see. We'll of course inspect the. There's a Marx style. There's a marked. Sorry.
A marked Marx Spaceman.
A marked Marx Spaceman in black next to him. And it has the telltale painted equipment pack and weapon, which is consistent with the Marx form of the Swoppet Spaceman. Alright, so I removed his pack entirely. And there's Hong Kong on the inside of his belt. Which is interesting because all of the Marx made Swoppet backpacks I have their markings on the outside of the belt. This one's different. Maybe that's because it's from England? Huh. And the rest of these are all said to be Cherilea. Early version before the bases were added. Here were my collection of Cherileas, Swoppet Spacemen from England. Most of my Cherileas have a break or two. The plastic has gone very brittle and many of them have fractures. Then there's this group here, which if you watched the long Swoppetology Swoppets 101 video I uploaded a few weeks back, these are consistent with Cherilea figures up to the type of plastic used and the lack of bases. These have pod feet. These were vended to me as early type Cherilea Spacemen. Obviously we're seeing the same type of plastic as this group here and pod feet. The plastic on these is semi-translucent, waxy, flexible, and pliant. The plastic on the ones with the bases is opaque, denser, and sadly gone brittle. So if these are Cherilea by the same company that made the ones with the bases, not only did they change their configuration by adding the bases, but they changed the formula of their plastic as well. They were spread over 2 lots. I decided to take both of them because the blue head was in one lot and the blue body was in the other. And something tells me they were meant to be together, but somebody swapped them out. This is the one I absolutely had to have because I've never seen that helmet type before. That thing's incredible. Looks like a steam... It's like something that the, what's the guy? The Tin Woodsman. His steam kettle helmet or something like that. And I guess he's the analogous pose of this one. No, you're right. This one here. Which the white one with the black pack is damaged because the plastic went brittle. He's also got a very different helmet, but it's in the same pose, and Marx only pursued those three poses, so it's not by Marx. I'm excited. Oh, isn't this exciting? Mr. Polachemy would say, isn't this exciting? See if there's any initial indication of marking on the belt, and there is not. And just as interesting, or maybe even more to me, was this guy here, who's in the Swoppet pose. That's a copy made in Hong Kong at some point along the way and sold as a cake decoration. The whole lot came from England, and I think it's pretty safe to say that this is an English-made Cherilea Swoppet. I don't want to mess with the plastic. Did I just say that? Anyway, I don't want to mess this. Interesting. He's got the same style of backpack as the Hong Kong copy. Kind of draggy there on the back section, which is interesting. While they have the pod feet and no snap-on base, which is consistent with Marx Swoppets, they do not have the painted equipment packs. And the equipment packs are of a soft plastic like the body of the figure itself. The figures with the bases on them have an unpainted soft plastic chest unit as well. This one, like the Marx figures, it has a rubber type chest unit, but it is not painted. And these also have unpainted chest units. Those three are in the same pose. On the right, Cherilea early. On the far left, Marx with the logo. There's our logo there on the back side. In the middle, unknown. And I'm willing to now, at this point, conclude that these three that I'd had before, these are the same. It's definitely the same plastic. It's the same lack of painted details, the same pod feet rather than a detachable base, and the same durable, more flexible plastic to their bodies. I'm sorry, I'm tipping them all over. Give it up, that's showbiz. I'll just hold him because he's gorgeous. He's fantastic. He's different. He's rare. I wonder if that's just some texturing up there or if it says something. I don't know yet because we've just opened them up. They're not by Marx. This is something different, a different toy range, and I'm gonna go with the vendor's suggestion that it's an early iteration of the Cherilea Swoppet that simply did not have the base added in the later 60s, early 70s to help stabilize them. This represents the earlier version. 1962 is the date that I have as to when Cherilea first brought forth their Swoppet Spacemen. Who knows? I don't know. Does anyone know? Is there a guide? Some sort of toy soldier page that I haven't found yet? Let me know. 'Cause I gots to know.